Good morning, everyone. Is everybody awake and alive?
Awake and alive. Let's go.
It looks about 10% of you are. Jenna threw too good of a party last night.
Yeah, they're with Matt.
Yeah, Matt's missing.
Who's Matt?
Which Matt?
We don't know who Matt is.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We're excited to be up here and get to talk to you about mastering the game. I know Derek is at the top of his, and Todd is as well. So we're going to have a great conversation. And when Matt joins us, we'll throw him in or under the bus, one way or the other.
The bus?
He might have missed the bus this morning.
Yeah, I was going to say. It sounds like you missed the bus.
Just a little bit. All right. So we're going to talk about mindset and motivation first, because for me, that is a huge part of everything that we do. Where your mind is, how you focus, what your perspective is going to be a major contributor into how things run, how things go for you, and what you're doing. So my first question for you guys is, what is the biggest mindset shift that helped you master your game?
Well, first,
All right, I'll lead it off here. I would sort of have to say that I'm a big sports guy. I believe there's so many parallels in sports and business. And I know like Eddie and I have had some really good conversations about this. He's a big baseball guy. I used to play baseball. And I feel like, to me, there's so many parallels. I think any of us, whether you guys give a crap about baseball or not, it's not really the point. It's just that, think about it, the basics of baseball, you're doing a hell of a job if you get on base 3 out of 10 times. So you get a hit 3 out of 10 times. I think that resonates so much in the mortgage industry, where think about how many shitty conversations you might have, or somebody pisses you off, or there's so many stressful things, but you just have to keep going. I would say that the thing that always sticks in my mind is, the first, I didn't play in the big leagues or anything, I'm minor, but the first big league guys I practiced with, I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing that's different than what we're doing? And they're like, everyone has the same talents, the same capabilities. Like, anybody can hit a home run on this field, whether you're big leagues or minor leagues. The difference is the big league guys, they go out there every single night and they know consistently that they could do it. You can walk around the dugout after somebody has their game, walk around the dugout, in the clubhouse after the game, and you couldn't tell if that person was 4 for 4 with 4 home runs or 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, because they were the same person. And he's like, that's it. Otherwise, like the people at the lower levels, they wear their emotions on their sleeve. They get ruffled by those things. Like, oh, I suck, or oh, I'm amazing. I think I love the quote of just, picking your head up during the lows and putting your head down and working during the highs. Like, be even keel. I think that resonates a lot in this industry.
Perfect. Todd?
100% agree with Derek, and I like to use the term next. So my gift in mindset is 2 big things. 1% better and grow every day. When I came to the broker channel, I had been brainwashed by big retail for a long time, guys. And what I realized when I got here was, not only can you scale, not only can you grow, but the only person stopping you is you looking at yourself in the mirror. Everybody in the broker channel is here to help you grow if you reach out, if you don't put yourself on that island, if you ask. So my biggest mindset shift was, it wasn't about me any longer. This is about us as a channel. This is about us serving the consumer better. This is about us as the wholesale channel making mortgages better. It's the same thing. We're just making it better and improving. So the other gift I have is I get over everything in 7 seconds. If you're not doing that, or you're having frustration, you're having a problem, we are the glue, guys, right? That mindset of we being the glue, we're going to have lots of problems in the mortgage industry. That comes up, that happens. But if you get over it in 7 seconds and you become the glue and you become the stabilizer, people remember that constantly. Oh, wait, no, that's the person that made it all better. Brings you more referrals, brings you more business.
Well, and I think that's a key point, is like, there's always going to be the highs and the lows. There's going to be the ups and the downs. The market is going to change. It's going to shift, and you're going to have to pivot. You're going to have to figure out how to do it. So when the market is in that downturn, when it's hard, what is your one go-to that you always do?
Put your head down and go to work. Ultimately, we can't control that. I know it's the cliche thing to say, but what are our options? Do we want to stay in this industry or do we not? And I think if anything, there's been more of a divide. There's been people that have jumped on that ship and they've, I think, separated themselves to where when this thing turns back around, it's like, holy crap, they really distanced themselves. And some people kind of curled up and went and got a second job or something. You know, it's like, how serious are we going to take it ultimately? We know that this is ups and downs. We know the 2020, the COVID years weren't sustainable forever. Like everybody made a ton of money, but you know, those goes up and down with it. So I think ultimately to me, I think of it as there's one choice. We just got to work harder. We know it's not going to be this way forever. But I mean, you know, this is a bad example of a smaller room here, but you know, our industry has definitely like, you know, shaved down a bunch, but imagine as things are getting busier here, there's way less mouths to feed and it's better for everybody in the industry.
I like to say it's not a bad market. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs. Rates are amazing. Everybody should teach their consumers to buy as much real estate as they can and advise. It's not a bad market. It's the right market for the right people that can afford it, that can do the American gift, guys. So that mindset changed for me. It used to be follow it. There's ups, there's downs, there's an explaining all of that. Now, it's absolutely consistent across the board. If you can afford it and it makes sense for you to build wealth by being able to utilize the American gift, do it. That's what we advise. So my power in that is that it isn't a bad market. Rates are amazing. They've never been better to buy as much real estate as you possibly can. Up or down, we can't control it. You can control how you look at it.
I just want to add on that. That was, I liked hearing that right there. I mean, think about it. If you put yourself in the consumer's shoes, which we all should do from time to time, are you going to want to go do business with the loan officer or the real estate agent that's like, oh shit, you know, doom and gloom and it sucks? Or are you going to do business with somebody, you know, that's over here like, no, this is a good market and here's why. I can help you. I've been doing this for 30 years. Like they're going to gravitate, anybody would naturally, to the person that's positive and comes in with, you know, just uplifting facts about it instead of the person like, you know, that it oozes out of you, whether you're enthusiastic about this market or not. So I think that's huge.
Well, the market is what you make it, right?
It is.
So finding that curve, jumping in wherever you are at is going to make the difference 100%.
And we're always going to need houses, guys.
Right.
We're still making more people. It's food, water, shelter. Right. So look at it as you're giving a need and you can do it so smoothly that it becomes long-term wealth for them. Like the moment you turn it away from transactional and into long-term advisement of wealth, that was big game changer for me market-wise, because we can't control it, but we can control their perception of how they're going to build their long-term wealth, whether rates are 2 or 10.
So I feel like everyone joins the mortgage industry by accident. Like, I don't feel like anybody ever goes into their career going, oh, I'm going to be a mortgage broker, or, oh, I'm going to work for a broker. I don't think that's where everybody comes from. So I'm curious how you two landed in the mortgage industry.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nobody goes to college for mortgages really. No, I played baseball when you got a job at a car dealership. I mean, I like numbers. I like talking to people. I like help people out. Buying a car is cool. I mean, whatever. And I thought I was going to go into the finance department or whatnot. And the finance guys were like, you don't want to be tied here forever. You know, you're the last person to leave every single night. You want to have a wife, which my beautiful wife Tal's in the crowd there. You want to have family. You want to have a kids. And that's also the other beautiful part that this industry gives you. It gives you the financial freedom, but you can also make it what you want. So that drew me into the mortgage world. Had no idea what it would be 8-9 years later, but here we are, and it's whatever you make it. So I guess that's kind of what I wanted. Like, hey, give me a platform and let's run it full speed.
My story is pretty unique. My father was actually late for a closing because I was born. That's how long I've been around the industry. So I was in a contractor, long-haired, whole bit, and rates, it was about 1992, and rates had just jumped from 8 to 7, and it was a big deal because rates were finally coming down as opposed to going up. And I got into the industry as just a straight dialer, right? I asked him, well, how do you find people? And I was literally handed a phone book. and said, have 100 mortgage conversations a day. And if you keep doing that consistently, it'll turn into a good long-term career for you. So I got in kind of by default, having been around it a whole time, and then learned it's all about expanding that network of people that you're talking to.
Absolutely. So in the beginning, was there one particular person who had an influence on the way that you operate, changed the way that you looked at things, that helped excel your career?
I think there's so many people. I would definitely say, I mean, to me, my parents definitely just, I mean, heck, like we have construction going on back here. That's what my dad pretty much did. And he always would just tell me, you know, you could be doing that shit for the rest of your life, or you could be happy that you're in the AC, pounding the phone book, you know, getting deals. So I'm like, okay, I'll never complain about this then. Fine. Like, I get it. I understand the things could be actually, there's our stress, and that there's like actual people that have to, you know, do the physical labor, go sweat their ass off all day, come home, you know, sore and tired. And like, you know, I kind of feel like a pussy if I'm bitching about that. So, I mean, I think that's the big thing there. There's so many, the beautiful part of this industry, I think there's so many people along the way that have been a big influence. I mean, not because we're here, but even the EPM crew, you know, Eddie's been a big influence. Kenny's been a big influence. Frank's been, you know, Jenna. There's been so many awesome people. I mean, Todd and I were sitting backstage, you know, exchanging advice and stuff. And it's just that you could tell the people that get it, that are, you know, big, like momentum makers in the industry, it's an abundance mindset. And I think there's just so much of that all the way around. So, I mean, there's just, each page has been people that have done awesome jobs.
100% agree with Derek. Several influential people, but the one I want to reference is not necessarily in the beginning, because I was actually taught how to do this wrong, or the wrong way, not the right way, which has added value, right? I mean, then it was all about Section 32 and how much we could charge and excessive amounts of fees. But there have been so many mentors along the way that have changed by listening to what they did both right and wrong. However, this last 3 years coming to the broker channel absolutely has changed every part of my perspective. Being surrounded by the broker community, not only EPM, but Derek and every company and wholesale broker is there to help you if you ask. Several have changed the game, including Tag guys, right? I just realized I have actually been to all of them. And the very first one changed my trajectory. So what I would like to share with everybody specific to that is come. Don't isolate yourself.
Hey, well,
They fell off the bus.
Good morning.
Look who decided to show up. Wait, what are we doing? Just kidding.
But that's
Mortgage
the biggest
brokers
thing.
rode me rough and dirty, and here I am.
still got the karaoke mic. Nice.
Exactly.
Still carrying it. So again, that's the several mentors, Eddie, Phil, Kenny, Jenna, the entire EPM crew. Thank you for this. Thank you for gathering us and having us get better and grow.
I think it's all about growth.
Yeah.
Like every conference, I love to go because there's always something new. There's always a new perspective, something to take home and use in a different way. Matt, the question was there one person when you entered the mortgage industry that had a big influence on you and your journey?
You know, he was here earlier, and unfortunately, I spent way too much time with him last night and I'm paying the prices. But, you know, Andrew Johnson, who was one of my leaders early on at Rocket, definitely took me by the reins, made me learn how to be a professional, and then guided me to spread that to other people and teach them how to get going. I mean, that's what I feel like a lot of this industry is helping people grow up and helping people develop. He was a big part of that. Mike Fawaz from Rocket, Austin Neiman from Rocket were all excellent leaders. I spent a lot of time with Mike Cordes yesterday and learned a lot from him. And it's funny, I went up to him after his presentation and thought, you know, I've always found you to be adversarial or someone that I didn't necessarily align with, but even watching him yesterday and be so vulnerable, I was like, I gotta say, like, you know, we've never really truly been on the same wavelength as how we operate or how we want to do business. But his speech yesterday really gave me a lot to walk away with and gave me the desire at least to walk up to him and say, you know what, I don't care who you are. You taught me something and you made me want to be better and you made me want to develop. So, there's specific examples, but being in the industry and spending time with the right people have always made me want to continue to develop. So a mix of everyone, a mix of the community. But if I had to answer, Andrew Johnson, Mike Waz, and Austin Emick.
Thank you. Yeah, it's important that we not just stick to our group, right? I think the more conversations we have with other people, the better off we're going to be, the more we can help everyone in the industry. And, all I know is EPM because I started working for Mike when he was at EPM and NEXA. So, Mike obviously has had a huge effect on who I am. And a lot of people misunderstand him. So spending some time with him and actually getting to know him, it's a game changer for a lot of people.
Yes.
So my next question for you guys is this, and we'll start with Todd with this one.
Okay.
If you were to give an LO who is in the industry and is struggling a piece of advice, what piece of advice would that be?
Mindset. Change the mindset. We each get the same 24 hours, guys, right? So what you do with those 24 hours will determine how that next day looks. When you're struggling, reach out. The only myth that I hear and see play out in the wholesale side is that you're on an island and you don't have a resource of getting the information that you need to improve and sell. So adapt is the main thing because so many people dig their feet in and this is the way they need to do it. You can really see the ones that are willing to adapt because they're growing. So if you're struggling, look in the mirror and do what it takes. It's 100 mortgage conversations a day. I always tell people, if one thing isn't working, that's not your thing. Do something that you enjoy that's working, whether it's community involvement. Maybe realtors aren't your thing, then do financial planners. Maybe they aren't your thing, then work on divorces. Find your thing that you're passionate about and get very involved in it. Do the mortgages by default, not because that's what you're doing.
Matt.
First of all, those socks are fire. I want some EPM socks.
Boy,
Those are amazing.
you got to email Steve.
Okay, Steve, I'll find you. The thing that I always leave with every LO that I get to work with, and I feel so lucky to get to work with some entrepreneurs every single day, is why not you? Right? Like, why the hell are you not the same person that's pumping out $100,000, $1 million a year in income? Why not you? Like, I did my research before I got on panel, and I know that these two guys they're rock stars. And I work with a lot of rock stars. But like the biggest thing that makes me mad is everyone wakes up with the exact same opportunity. So why the hell not you? Like, I just don't understand. Like, no, I'm serious.
Exactly.
But exactly. Like, you all have the same access to the same tools, the same systems, the same processes. We all woke up today with the exact same ability to make income and help people get homes.
Yeah.
So why the hell not you?
Spot on.
It's so infuriating. You woke up with the exact same ability to have some kick-ass socks. And I'm going to have some kick-ass socks.
Attaboy.
Because I want it. But why the hell not you?
Spot on.
So that's what I tell a struggling LO.
Thank you.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, we all wake up and put our shirt and pants on the same way. We have the same ability. We have the same ability to have kick-ass socks, or Kusto has some badass shoes to go with the socks. We all have the exact same capabilities. I'll just kind of echo that right there, but that 100% it, especially these days. Think of the technology that we have. All of you guys could pull out your phones right now and have the same damn answer in 2 seconds. It's just who's going to use it, who's going to put it to use and leverage it. I think that's the biggest thing. I feel like technology is almost like the equalizer a little bit, where we all have that ability. It's just, in all honesty, some people use the hell out of it and some don't. That's the biggest piece of it. It's just, who's going to wake up and use it tomorrow?
Yeah, so it's all about mindset, where you're looking, what you're doing, and how you're going to move forward. And just take that step. And like 1% better, right? So
1%
Yesterday was a terrible
Don't be
day.
afraid to change, right? If it's not working, don't be afraid to change it. It's okay to change. It's okay to grow. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay. Like those that are growing the most are the ones that intentionally put themselves in the line of growth. So make that change. Give yourself the ability to be in the way of it because you can't. You just have to progressively make that choice.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck in your ways with that either. I think sometimes it's like an ego or a pride thing. I mean, I think the people that have succeeded the most have probably also screwed up the most. I think I'm right there. Like I've made so many stupid mistakes and so many dumb ideas, but I'm really quick to notice it. Like that was stupid. Let's not do that one again. And it's just being able to pivot over and over again. So it's like get out of your own way with it and just make the next best decision you can and keep stacking it. But nobody's going to make the right decision every call. Roll the dice, and if you screw up, roll them again. Yeah.
Just keep trying, right? One of my favorite quotes is about Thomas Edison. And it says that he found 1,000 ways to create or like. So wow. Let me try that again.
That one.
So he did. While he was trying to create the light bulb, he did 1,000 different ways, and people are like, "Oh, he failed 1,000 times," and his response was, "No, I found 1,000 ways that didn't work." So it's about continuing that growth and moving forward and making those decisions to keep trying. All right. So a lot of things are changing and shifting in the industry right now, especially with AI. I know there's a lot of AI being built out and built in to a lot of systems. So what is one trend that you're currently watching and excited about that's going to change the way that we do mortgages in the industry? We'll go with Derek first this time. Derek.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we obviously heard a lot of good speakers yesterday talk about, how AI, those that'll implement, I think will be light years ahead. I think this is another big separator where I don't think it'll replace maybe some staff, some a little bit here and there. I mean, heck, EPM's an early adapter of it as well with, their conventional underwriting. But what's the end result of that? I mean, we're getting, conditional approvals within the same day instead of a week. I mean, that's a win. All of us would take that, but we all could take that. That's like the macro. We could all take that into the micro, into our day-to-day business. Like, why not have your team, you or your team be able to pre-review documents that much quicker because they could upload them and it could call out large deposits or calculate, double check the income so you could get back on the phone and do what you do and sell the deal. Or, hey, while we're here at this conference, if somebody's calling your phone, that's money on the lines, that's business on the lines. What if AI could pick that up and at least, buy you time, take the application, you get done, have a break, and then go finish the pre-approval. Those are the things I'm excited about. I just think those that use it will be light years ahead because it leverages their time. It makes them, bigger than life in a way where things never stop. And we're in an Amazon, Apple society, Google type society. Everybody wants stuff yesterday. They've been, the second they reach out, they've been thinking about a mortgage for 2 months. They want it right now. Yeah, the instant gratification, exactly. So you can't change it. That's the way the industry that's the way our world is going. It's just the mortgage industry is finally catching up to that. So like those that implement it will be light years ahead. I think when we have this conversation in a year or two, we could easily see who did and who didn't.
Quick reach out to Edge Leadership, Tom, Chris, Chantel. Amazing technology is changing the way we're able to serve in rapid order. So it's really what I'm excited about technology-wise is seeing how it helps those grow and kind of a reverse effect. I believe the technology is going to enrich the relationship desire and need in the mortgage industry. There isn't a single one of us that wants to order something through AI. We don't like to talk to the robot voice. So enriching the fact that you are an advisor and that you are there for them as a true advisor, not AI, even using all of the AI tools is what I'm most excited about for the technology. Because it's never going to replace us. It's never going to have an NMLS number. It's going to make our relationships faster, better, stronger. And those relationships can then grow more and more and more.
It's interesting. I feel like the thing that we are most looking forward to is whatever our team members see. Like the thing that we notice the most is whatever our LOs bring to us. Yeah, our platform is solely built by like what are you experiencing and what are you seeing that you want us to incorporate? Because like that's what we'd love to do. Obviously, AI is like it's the buzzword, right? Right now, like everyone's looking at AI agents, AI underwriting, automated this and robot that. And sure, we've all got it kind of plugged in. Ultimately, it's what are you experiencing as the consumer and what are you experiencing as the team member that's going to make you better? Let's work with it. Having agility and having the, I guess, like nimbleness to navigate an ever-changing technology landscape is so important. If you don't have the ability to maneuver around or incorporate something in your business, this is a lot about your business. You need to have the flexibility and I think the ultimate like maneuverability to decide I'm going to make this work and I'm going to incorporate this in. So like what a single thing I'm seeing, I mean, God, if I talk to another ChatGPT bot, I'm going to like, who isn't talking to some goddamn agent right now.
Yeah.
And please, if you're using ChatGPT agents or some sort of automated agent, why? Like the customer is talking to you at the most pivotal moment of their life, whether it's buying their home or saving thousands of dollars. But ultimately, the single thing I'm saying is whatever the hell my people that I'm working with are saying, and I want to incorporate that and continue to grow with the business and use it. So be comfortable with being uncomfortable right now.
Do something every day that scares you.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't, you're not growing.
Hanging out with Tom and Mike really made me scared yesterday, and here we are.
Mike can be a little scary. I'm not going to lie.
It was more like having their energy was the tough part.
Yeah, no, it's always good time with Mike. So you guys are talking about strategies and systems and how things are shifting and changing. In the next 6 to 12 months, how do you make sure that with the changes, you're not losing track of something that's important? You're not losing track of those clients. How do you make sure that nothing falls through the cracks? Do you use systems? Do you have teams? What is your tip? How do you best operate?
I think it's a hybrid. I mean, again, I think of it more as leveraging the AI so that my people and myself can do what we do best and not replacing everybody. But hey, if we could take half of this workload off, because that's the half we could delegate to AI, well, then we could get on the phone and we could have more of those quality conversations with clients. So I don't look at it as if we're losing touch with it. I think we're gaining touch with it because heck, if I've got more stuff off my plate, I can go have more meaningful conversations. That's where our position is, any of us as originators. Like you're the person, you're the pinnacle, you're the pinpoint for your operation, but if you're stuck in the weeds on things you could possibly delegate, well, then you can't get back to that next client. You are slower. And that's what, that's the client service that they want. They want you to be quick and on point. When they call, they want to be able to access you. So if you can get other stuff off your plate because you have AI set up and you have a team and you have, things delegated in a system and process, well, then you are more available. I think it's those that will implement it. I think it'll make us better.
I am just freaking stoked because those of us that can scale and that understand to put themselves in the way of being able to scale are going to be able to go through the roof. Not replacing the people that we know, love, trust, that we've built, but taking more off of their plate so that we can help and serve more. So again, adapt it. Do it. Just don't, if you're hesitant on something, it's kind of like videos, right? I'm going to say this for my pegs out here. Just do it. Wake up every morning, create the content. Doesn't matter if it's good or if it's bad or looks good or looks bad. Get yourself out there in the technological planet because it's going to consume everybody just like it does, right? Start thinking like the consumer. I wanted to bring that up because Derek said it earlier. Put yourself in their shoes. What are they going to look at on their app, right? We came up with this Edge Loan Advisor. It's game changer for them because they can do it all from their phone. All of the things they need to do financially. So don't say no to the new technology, period. Adapt to it.
I don't know. Right now, things are falling through the cracks. Like, yeah. I think it'd be stupid to lie and sit up here and be like, here's how I avoid that mistake. No, God. I'm making so many goddamn mistakes right now. It's crazy. I showed up late. No, things are falling through the cracks. And I think that the difference is, I think of it kind of like juggling, right? Like right now, I'm not juggling with like knives. I'm juggling with like iron pans. I can drop one. It's going to be loud. It's going to be noisy. But I am in a place, and we've worked on developing processes and systems that it's okay if something falls through the crack, because we'll bend down and pick it back up. So making sure that, like, yeah, you're going to mess up, but ensuring that you have some sort of fail-safe and some sort of protection and safety net. So when things do fall through the cracks, you're able to pick it back up, dust yourself off, walk gracefully. I think that's the more important thing to think about right now. Like,
Don't dwell.
mess up. Yeah.
Don't dwell on it.
Don't dwell on it. Yeah. Like make a little bit of noise, but then, hey, get up and look sickening. Like that's what it comes down to. I think how you can ensure that you can let things fall through the cracks and pick it up and say, hey, I messed up, is more important right now, because there's so much going on and there's so much business to be had. But the ability to step up and pick things up when they fall is a little bit more important. And I think that's done by having the right team and having the right people around you. If you don't have the right team, you can't mess up. But right now I feel lucky to know that I can mess up. I can show up a little bit late. And
I only cracked a few bad jokes.
I don't know. I think I would have
but
hit you.
I think it's more important to make sure that you've got a good safety net and a good group of people that can protect you and make sure that you're still successful no matter what. Ultimately, it comes down to the people around you that allow you to let things fall through the cracks.
Well, and I think the people that you surround yourself with has a huge impact on how well you can operate. If you know they're operating at a higher level, then you have the ability to focus on other things and continue forward with something new, something different, to change something and not feel like you're going to lose everything else, right? So having good teams in place is always super important. Super important. So on the topic of teams, what is your key factor when you're looking at bringing someone into your team? What is the one thing that you guys are focusing on that's super important to the makeup of your team? What's that one factor that defines them that you're going, okay, yeah, this is the person I want to add to our team?
A lot of factors, but the one that definitely sticks out to me is I want somebody that's coachable, adaptable. I mean, I know we run a unique ship, I think for a good reason, and new stuff comes out, and I'm like, I'll give it a look. Hey, we might implement this, because I think that's how we grow. So we're constantly in this little bit of like growth and unfamiliarity and uncomfortability on the team, because I want us all to expand. I mean, I've hired people that were underwriters for 20 years thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be like my back end person that knows all the shit. And they won't get out, of the little bubble, their little safety net. And they're like, this is worse. Like, I'd rather have a clean slate where I could grow them how they need to grow. So, I mean, I think, sure, the perfect, unicorn out there knows all the things and is adaptable, but in being realistic about it, I would take the brand new person that's coachable and willing to try and work their butt off, as opposed to the person that's just set in their own ways. They're never going to change, because we're growing and it's going to look different in a year or 2 or 3. And I want people that want to move with that.
I'm going to agree with him that it's absolutely those that are adaptable. But the first thing that I look at is what type of human they are. We are very big on culture at Edge. Like, this is Edge family. We are all here to help and support one another. So the very first thing I'm looking at, whether LO, team member, or adaptive part of the process, is what type of human are they? Are they going to be somebody that is that naysayer or is always having that problem? Or are they going to be like Matt, Derek, and I, where if we have a problem, we sort it, solve it, and move on to the next one positively? So for me, it's what type of human and mindset is the first thing I'm looking at. The rest of it is really trainable. We can train them and show them the door. You can't necessarily give the LO the initiative that it takes, but if you keep showing them the door, they do get it.
Vision, bar none. Obviously all the other ingredients you have to have. You got to want it. If you don't wake up wanting this, like, okay, then why are you here? Wanting it's like, that's the first step. Everyone wants it. And no one would take safe, spend the money to get the license, attest to a billion different states, make all of this shit happen unless like you actually wanted it. But to me, the most important thing is vision. Like if you don't know where you're going, we can't make this work. This isn't, I was about to name like 5 different retail shops and I won't do that. Sure. But you don't have your business handed to you here. You have to know where you're going to get it. You have to see where you're going to build your business. And there's so many different ways to do it, right? Like there's social media and being a kick-ass influencer. There's digital marketing where you can spend a ton of money and make a ton of money. There's B2B relationships that build you that organic sphere of influence. But if you don't see where you're going to fit in, then I don't know if we can work together. Because I got to know that you've got a plan. Ultimately, like what I found is if you've got a plan, we're going to build everything around that goddamn plan and make sure you got the best foundation to stand up on and grow. But ultimately, if you don't see it, that tells me that you don't want it. Because if you want it, you'll see it. Like you'll make the plan. You'll build the castle. You'll build the fantasy. But you got to see it, baby. And then we're right there with you.
You got to know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You got to know.
Absolutely.
So we're almost out of time. So I have one final question for you guys. What does a winning day look like? Like your best day of the week. What's a winning day?
Today.
Not today.
Not today for Matt.
Not today, Matt says.
But listen,
He
I'm
gets
still
off the
having
bus.
fun. I'm glad to be here.
You did have some fun.
I think you won last night. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I want a lot of entertainment.
Yeah. It hasn't stopped. Yeah, that's funny. Honestly, I mean, a winning day, shoot. I mean, of course, we go through the minutia, like all the things we're responding to and all the stuff, texts and emails and all that. But I think at the end of it's just, honestly, these types of things are winning days to me where shit's handled well enough. Like, you know, I'm sure I'll go back and look at some email that I probably need to respond to or whatever. But I think the real winning day is getting to have the conversations like I've had with a lot of people in the room, you know, like with Todd and Matt, with Rana, you know, getting to hang out with Cordis, and he always, you know, dumps his wisdom and a whole bunch more on me.
Always.
But I mean, those are the winning days. I would say, really, where it's a unique thing, a unique opportunity that we're given to be in this industry and with a lot of people that are wanting to excel. It's why you guys are all here. It's why you guys midweek packed your bags and came to Atlanta for the week, because everybody's here to think outside the box. To me, this is a winning day.
A winning day for me represents the ability to serve. It's when our clients exhale because we've done our job and we've done it correctly and they know they're good. So I focus on that every day. If I can at least have 1 to 4 people that I can hear exhale because they know they're good, that's a winning day for me. And it could be small deal, big deal, doesn't matter. That is what I believe is a winning day, is making sure that we deliver a referable experience because we actually care about them.
I mean, yeah, like, God, it's so impressive listening to you too. Like, you guys are just such top tier professionals, Rana as well. But a winning day for me is, I made someone smile. I made someone freaking happy. And, you know, like, ultimately, I'm in a different position where I get to, like, I'm solely focused on making sure that the people I work with are successful. So if I can make sure that you are at least an inch happier than I left you before, then I am winning. So a winning day for me, I mean, obviously structured, call blocks, everything is built around making sure that I'm getting done when I need to get done. But a true winning day comes down to my ultimate goal of making sure that someone is a little bit happier than when I saw them before. So that's my winning day.
I would say one last winning day was yesterday. Thank you guys. Also, give a shout out to my wife, Tal, for Rising Star.
We love
Please.
that.
Way to go.
Yeah. She's a huge integral piece to our business on that. So thank you, babe. Love you.
And let's just be honest. Derek would not be Derek without Tao. Tao is amazing. We love her.
100%.
All right. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you guys for showing up this morning. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We've got some great speakers coming up. I know Jenna always plans an amazing event. So thank you for being here, and we look forward to chatting with you all later.
Thank you.
Nice work, late shower.